I feel like I've forgotten how to do a commentary. Like, I never, ever used to restart a commentary back in the day when it was just me and a microphone sitting in my house. After I had just recorded a cool game or something like that, I never drew a blank. I always had something to talk about it. But I feel like lately it's not the same. But the thing is that like you can only play Call of Duty so often before you run out of things to talk. You literally run out of things to talk about. For those of you that are just getting into Call of Duty, maybe this is the first Call of Duty video that you've ever watched. Let me be the one to tell you that there is a backlog, a library of Call of Duty videos. I'm saying hundreds, thousands of Call of Duty videos that will help you get your start in Call of Duty. Now I got that out of the way. This is like, I had to restart it like 2 times. One because I had to clear my throat, and the other one I'm like, how the fuck am I going to start this one? But I decided to go back to COD 4 a little bit. Me and Mike Castro from Team Envious decided to start a Game Battles doubles ladder. And so I've been trying to get back in the swing of Call of Duty 4. And this is a game of domination that I had on Showdown. Showdown's an awesome map. I think it's great. I'm generally a fan of small maps in Call of Duty because I feel like Call of Duty is at its best when the action is fast. Let me clarify that a little bit by saying that Modern Warfare 2 is just a little too much for me to take to the extreme that I took Call of Duty 4. I really loved this game. I played it nonstop for a couple years. I played World at War for about 6 months when that came out, and then I went right back to COD 4. Because it's just, I don't know, in my opinion, it's the second best in the Call of Duty series apart from Call of Duty 2, but you can only play a game so much before you just get burnt out on the series. And here's a good example of playing the objective. You see me die a few times in the beginning because I'm really fighting for B. I got a couple Slayers on my team. I got Bear 2 and his friend. I can't remember his friends. I may or may not have had a few beers in me at this point. I'm not going to confirm nor deny that. And I may or may not have had a few beers at the time of me playing this game. So if you see my aim a little sloppy throughout the match, it's, well, number one, because I'm at best I won't say I'm a mediocre player. I'd say I'm an above average player, but I don't think I'm the best Call of Duty player by any stretch of the imagination. And number two is just, when you've had a couple Heinekens in you, your aim gets a little off. The point of this commentary today is not necessarily talk about the gameplay. I will tell you that I fight for the B flag, and as you see a moment ago, I actually got it, and we lock it down for the rest of the map. At this point, Showdown is such a small map that spawn trapping is essential in this map. If you don't know the spawns in Showdown, then you're just not going to do well as a team. Me and Bear and the other guy that we were playing with, I could tell, I'm not really familiar with the other guy, but Bear, I've played with him plenty of times. We can play this map like blindfolded. I mean, not literally, but I just know the spawns like the back of my hand, so I know that they're going to switch every 10 seconds or so between either that back area or literally on the C flag. Every once in a while, it'll switch completely if you push too far back, and they'll start spawning on the opposite flag. So if you want to play this map effectively, it's all about just anticipating. Here, this guy was hiding behind this staircase. He's chucking a stun, chucking nades, and I knew he was going to come back, so I just waited for him to double back and got the easy kill. What I want to talk about today on this commentary is what I'm not necessarily liking so much about the YouTube community, the Call of Duty community right now. And I will start by owning up to my part of it. I think Wings of Redemption just gets way too much hate. Just way too much hate. Like, I am not particularly a fan of camping in any first-person shooter. I think it's just lame. But I won't go so far as to say that my point of view is the only valid point of view. I think that, in all facets of life, there's truly almost never any absolutes when it comes to this idea of what a fact is. And so if I drop something on you saying something like camping sucks and you're a big fat pussy if you do it, then you can't really take that as fact. That's just my opinion on that. In Wings of Redemption's playstyle is pretty campish, and when I run into players like that, it's really, really aggravating. But when I go on his comments and I read some of the comments that he gets on his videos, I'm just like, God. And I can't help but feel like I had a part in that, because I sort of, I've been known to sort of call him out and start shit with him and things like that. And when I do that, I feel like I'm getting out of touch of why I even like video games in the first place. I like video games because they're fun. If I'm not having fun, then what's the fucking point? So, the same thing applies to when it comes to making videos. The reason why you guys don't see me making a whole lot of commentaries these days is because, well, number one, I'm really focused on what I'm doing at my job. And for those of you that want to know, I have 2 shows that I produce and edit at Machinima, which is where I work, and that is Camp Hutch and Engineering Win. Camp Hutch is pretty easy. It's basically just a standard, a dual commentary with a little video intro, and lately I want to make that show about getting to know maybe directors that are lesser known, give them a forum to sort of introduce themselves on our channel. The second one is Engineering Win, and that's a show where I'm basically playing Halo, and I give 4 guys that I believe are pretty good at the game, Night of Light, Biohunter, and Bois, and 2 Bucks. They all basically watch my gameplay and then critique it, and it's like a group commentary that's really organized. It's got some nice soothing background music from a band called Approaching Nirvana. That show takes anywhere between 1 and 2 days to edit and produce. Produce is just a fancy word for putting it together. I mean, if you want to call it producing, sure, I'm producing that show, but it's not really like Jerry Bruckheimer producing The Rock or anything like that. And then the rest of my time at Machinima is devoted towards acclimating myself with the channel, watching videos from the directors that are being signed, and basically all the videos that go up. Participating on Machinima Respawn, which is a show that we do Mondays and Fridays now. I'm sorry, Mondays and Thursdays, where we basically, me and Sark, shout out the what we feel are the best videos for that week or for that time period. And then on top of that, the people at Machinima asked me to participate. You know, my coworkers, things like that, other producers, senior producers asked me to participate in shows like Headshot, Friendly Fire, things like that. So my work week is pretty full. I mean, other than that, there's also things that pop up every once in a while, like flying to Seattle and playing Halo Reach a month before the beta comes out and talking to 343, or going to E3 and covering that. I mean, it's a full-time job. It's a pretty exhausting job. But when I got the job, it was like I wasn't really. It was right at the time that Modern Warfare 2 was really starting to become really plagued with glitches, things like that. So I started getting really burnt on the series. And I'm not gonna make a video if I'm bored. You know, if I make a video when I'm bored and I have nothing to talk about, I think that shows, and people aren't necessarily going to want to watch that. At the end of the day, it's all about having fun. If you're having fun playing a video game and you make a commentary and you're excited about that video game, you're excited to share your point of view about that video game, or you're excited to share your point of view on what your summer plans are, it doesn't matter. As long as you're interested, I think that makes for an interesting video, and I try my best to always make interesting videos. And what I find personally funny is that a lot of people were throwing a shit fit when I started playing Halo 3 and posting gameplay of that and basically building an entire show around me playing Halo 3. Yet at the same time, a lot of these people are probably the same people that are calling me a sellout. And I know you can't like feed the trolls. I can't talk. You can't feed the trolls, right? So every time you respond to negative criticism, that's feeding the trolls, and it just gives them more ammunition for their troll-like nature. But that gets under my skin when I see that, because it's like, truly, if I was a sellout, and first of all, let me say real quick that I don't get paid to like a video game. I don't get paid to play Halo 3 and to talk about Halo 3. I've never even talked to anybody from Bungie ever. That's my little precursor. But if I was truly a sellout, I'd be playing nothing but Call of Duty 24/7, because that's like, it's the hottest game on the market right now. And I basically just be foregoing my own personal taste in video games for the benefit of popular demand. I don't feel like that's what I've been doing. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. I updated my toolbar to include a playlist for every single episode of Camp Hutch and Engineering Win. So if you guys maybe haven't seen all those, makes it really easy for you to check out. I don't make a whole lot of money from that, but if you want to download it, link is in the description. Thanks for watching.